Hey, it's Jim Fisher, a.k.a. The Beat, with This Week Community News. I'm down at the Ohio Theater where Les Mis is in town. And with me is Peter Lockyer. Peter plays Valjean in the show. Peter, how are you?
Hey, I'm great, Jim.
Thanks for being with us today.
I'm happy to be here.
You're allowed to do an interview without singing, apparently.
Isn't that nice?
You've just spoken to us a little bit.
Because it's a little early in the morning to sing, right?
Is that how it works?
I might sound a little groggy if I tried to sing Bring 'Em Home, right?
Gotcha.
We have to bring it down the octave. Yeah.
Okay, very good. But you've been with the show for a little over a year. I guess tell us what we're going to see in the show.
This show is the iconic show that you love. You know, if you have to see a show, if you want to see a show, Les Mis is what you want to see. It's been around for 27 years now. Many people have seen it dozens of times.
Right.
And what's cool about this production is it's a brand new production. They've updated the lighting, they've updated the sets, they've updated the sound system, the orchestrations, the costumes. Everything is like it's a brand new production that was just mounted today.
Wow.
And so if you've seen it, you're going to be bowled over by the new things. And if you haven't seen it, you're going to be like, why haven't I seen this?
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And of course, what people love is really the music, right? And that hasn't changed.
The music hasn't changed, and it's harder than you might think to write a score that's going to survive decades,
I can only imagine,
if not centuries. I mean, this is a piece that I like to say is like Shakespeare. It's something that's going to be done over and over and over long after you and I are gone.
Right.
And people are going to reinvestigate it, directors are going to put their new stamps on it, and they're going to do it over and over because it's just that good. And like you say, the music is where it starts. You hear that first chord, boom, boom, and you are in. You're like, I'm in for a night, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you must have been about 2 when the show was...
I just look good, that's all.
No, but you age throughout the show, though,
I do age throughout the show.
Are you running off and running back on? I mean, do you talk about the
It's
switch
a
over
great
for you.
journey. So at the start of the show and the book, Valjean is about 45 years old.
That I can speak to, by the way. But
I age about 20 years.
Okay.
So at the end of the show, I'm about 65. But back then, 65 was pretty old. 1830s. It's pretty old. Not only if you layer onto it a guy that's been in prison for 19 years, hard labor, his body's going to break down pretty quickly.
Right.
So that 65 is more like a 95 now. So yeah, it's a great physical journey I get to take, but it's the emotional journey and the thematic journey that really sends the show into orbit and really teaches me a lesson every night.
Right, and it's got to be, you got to invest. I mean, because it's going to take something out of you every night too, right?
That's right. What's nice is that the show is so well written that it's best to just not think about it.
Okay.
Because I know the show, I know the lines, I know the notes. What's best is to not think about it and just start the show with a blank slate. And as soon as those chords start, you just take the journey. I'm just taking the journey along with the rest of the audience and the rest of the cast. It's great to just step on and ride it. And
you got to have a favorite, right? You got a favorite? What's your favorite?
It changes all the time, believe it or not. I mean, it'd be easy for me to say Bring 'Em Home because it's one of the best musical theater songs ever written for our canon. But there's little moments here and there of recitative. That's when people talk to each other, right? And it's not a song, but we're still singing lines in which we're talking. There's little moments that are beautifully written, either lyrically or musically, that catch me by surprise every once in a while in little give and takes. So.
Great. Well, hey, it's been a great chat this morning. Thanks for taking the time out. Really appreciate it, and have a great show.
Thank you for coming down.
No
problem. And thank you for coming down.
For more on Les Mis, check out the next edition of The Beat. We've got the Fab Five. You'll find Les Mis. You'll also find a little bit about Carolyn Smith and the Goodnight Sleeps, and also Michael Feinstein. We've also got a Q&A with singer-songwriter Chris Trapper and an interview with children's musician Laurie Berkner. It's all in the next edition of The Beat in your local This Week Community News and online at thisweeknews.com.